The stream is live. Let's get this DMM OBS plugin party started. Please refrain from using inappropriate language. Chloe Raccoon has farted the most with 2 farts.
Im Biertasten. Heute Abend ist was los, RF-Programme. Du bist der Gast in unserer Gaudi der Hosen. Gestalt und grandios. Willkommen. Hier zum Magic.
Welcome back, RF Programmer. Hope you're ready to dance. Welcome back, Chloe. Hope you are driving efficiently and not taunting Ben too much.
She's got her own throne, buzzing keyboards, wires to go. Welcome to my jingles, let's start the show. Click, 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 she's ready to strike. Dancing on streams, cutie like raccoon power, shining bright. Second tunes.
Advertisements are now playing. Please be patient.
Welcome, Swarm, to the stream where pixels flicker and the chat will be. Though you fluttered off, your presence remains. In whispers of wings and echoes of game. Here in the
Welcome back, a swarm of dead insects. Please refrain from using inappropriate language. You're welcome for enduring those ads.
Hello. Hello Swarm. Hello Chloe. Hello RF. Hello Farter. We need to rename you, Chloe, to Chloe McFartface. Most definitely. Oh, how are you all doing then on this? It's turning out quite a nice Thursday evening. As soon as your bacon levels are up, you will continue the new tradition of shooting the bot. Oh, maybe I should make it cheaper. Nah, you'd be doing it far too often if I did that. Yeah. Right. Well, today a new topic, new stream idea. Well, oops, hang on. I just hit the space bar accidentally. This is my main DMM. My main multimeter. It has on the back a port for connecting it to the computer. Did I go to the barber? No, I haven't been to the barber. Not due to the barber for a few weeks yet. My barber's on holiday in Mallorca. Or somewhere like that. No, not Mallorca. Where's she gone? Cyprus, I think. And she's not back till September. No, I'm just... I've got naturally perfect hair. as I was saying, this has a port for connecting it to the computer. I have a good hair day every day. Now, it desperately needs washing, actually. It's a day overdue for washing, and it's starting to, yeah, have a mind of its own sometime. It's the headphones are what are to blame for me having good hair. I've got it pinned back behind the headphones. In the past, I have had a video feed of this going to OBS through the video loopback system of Linux. It was janky, didn't work too well, and I hated it. I've still got the code for that, which is going to be useful shortly, I think. But I would like to rewrite that as a proper OBS plugin, in the same way that I have done for my my oscilloscope, which you may know when I turn it on, does this. Automatically appears, overlaid quite happily, with an OBS plugin that I've written myself. I want to do the same for this. But my first job is to try and get the data out of it. The multimeter exposes UVB. No infrared, I'm afraid. Turn off the oscilloscope, it just disappears. So I want this to do the same. This multimeter is the Unity UT61E, I think. I've not got the right glasses on to be able to read it. It is a 6, isn't it? Yep, that's a 6. UT61E. It's a reasonable budget DMM, your average thing. Does everything you need it to. Auto ranging. More digits than some have for better accuracy, supposedly. I think one of yours is the earlier version, that 60E or 61B or something. Simon's got your 1.21 gigawatts, has he? Oh. But this is the interface to it. It's got a little infrared LED setup. It's actually got a transmitter and a receiver on here, but this has just got the transmitting port, or receiving on this, I suppose you'd call it, but the transmitting counterpart. There is an RS-232 variant of this, as it says on the back, the USB one. The RS-232 variant is bidirectional. This is only unidirectional, and exposes a custom HID interface rather than nice, useful serial. So, yes, this is being USB is not serial. It's custom HID information. But fortunately, it is supported by SIGROC. And if I go here, and this command, when I turn the multimeter on, gives me data. Tells me what range I'm on and all that sort of thing. So it is supported by SIGROC. But using that command, I used to basically spawn that command and read the output as part of my program, but that is a horribly janky way of doing it, and I don't like it. So I want to directly interface with the SIGROC libraries. No, I don't need a udev rule and a wrapper for that command. I used to have a wrapper for that command, but I hated it. So I want to write my own that directly interfaces. Jackie, around here? No. I'm going to directly interface with the SIGROC libraries, and I've done a little bit of brief investigation and it looks not too hard an interface. This is the SIGROC CLI program that I was using just now, or the main part of it. We don't really care much about this. All we care is that this program runs the function run session. Which is in session.c. And not to write code that was already written. Oh, I like to write my own code, even if it's already been written. And this is that function. And what it appears to do is scan for devices, get a driver, create a new session, link a callback to the data feed, open the device, add the device to the session, and further on down, create a main loop and run it, basically. There's also another callback set here for when the session is stopped, which I'm hoping will be if you disconnect the DMM. If you combine existing tools to do the job, you most likely will. Well, the problem I have, the main reason why I don't want this to be janky in any way, shape or form is because it is an OBS plugin. Being an OBS plugin, it runs inside OBS. If anything goes wrong with it, it'll take down OBS. If OBS goes and I'm midstream, bye-bye stream. So I really don't want OBS to start crashing on me. So it does not want to be janky. It was janky before, but then it was separated from OBS by feeding it through the video loopback system, the virtual camera system of Linux. So I was basically displaying it as a camera. But I don't like that. It didn't work too well. So I want to do it properly. We then have the data feed in function here, which is where it receives data and does things with it. I just need to display that as an image. Somehow. Well, the image side of things I'm fine with. But it was working out what the data is. It's going to be the fun thing. A single C callback. How hard can it be? Not that hard, really. If we can work out what the data is that is arriving. It receives different packet types of header, metadata, trigger, logic signals, analog signals, frame begin, frame end, data feed end. So the first thing I need to do is just to write a program that will actually tell me that it even exists. Frame the streamer! Too late. So let's start off just with a, actually let's slight change to that, because that says unit and I don't want it to say unit. There we go. Right. Well, this is going to have to be set up as a, well, for the moment I'm just going to have it attempt to find the device. Having been writing production C++ for almost 20 years, I'll have a soft spot for C. Yeah, C's brilliant. I love C. Okay. So, what do we have? This is where the main meat of the operations are, isn't it? And we are including... It's obviously using glib for everything. I don't want to be using glib. This is using sigrok CLI. Escape and underscore in shell substitutes the last argument of the last command. Does it? Never knew that. Alright. cd ... escape underscore is just ... Useful. I still don't know most things in Bash. And I came from CSH followed by TCSH, and it's only fairly, well, I say fairly recently, the past 10, 15 years that I've really embraced Bash. So a lot of things I still try and do TCSH shortcuts for occasionally. Like escape P or control P, and yeah, escape P. Oops, come back. It's the G pin. How's the G pin? So, what do we do? Where's sigrok CLI H? There it is. What are we including? I'm probably going to want to be reading the API documentation at some point, aren't I suppose? libsigrok is what we want. And even sigrok wants glib. Okay. What's the include for this? Oh, that is so clever, isn't it, Chloe? So clever. glib -2.0. I know I should be pkg confing this. glibconfig.h. Ugh. Right, that compiles. We can compile an empty program that includes SIGROC. Okay, so what's the first thing we do in session, run session? The first thing it does is called device scan. Now this is going to have it hard coded what the device is. Device scan is probably not in here. No, there's probably a device.c, is there? There is. Does device scan tries to find a specific driver? Call a specified driver. Use it. Only this one. That's calling parse driver into driver and driver options. But that's the command we are using. SR driver scan. And driver, devices it's using, isn't it? Devices is a GS list.
Advertisements are now playing.
But we're calling driver scan using driver and DRV opts. Driver is an SR dev driver. And DRV opts is another GS list. These are currently undefined and need filling out. But let's have a look in parse driver. Where would parse driver be? Parsers?
Thanks for enduring the ads, everyone.
Parse driver, okay. So the driver is that string there.
Having a date with disaster, trying to decipher those Office 365 invoices.
Date with disaster. The driver in the pit lane. So the driver string that we're parsing is uni-t-ut61e:/con equals 1a86.e008. So the driver name is... no idea. Right, so we get a list of drivers as the driver list and hunt through the name until we find it. But first we need a SIGROC context, don't we? Which we're not creating. It certainly is Swarm, yes. That's exactly what it is. So let's take a step back and create srctx, which must be a global and probably comes in main. Struct sr context equals srctx. Pop that there. And where is it added? Probably in the main function. There it is. sr init. Actually, let's pop that at the start of there for the time being. Okay, so I've lost that now, haven't I? Let's put it at the top here. Right, that's our connect string. So now we've got our context. Pass driver. So drivers is that. So SR driver list. Now we iterate over the drivers. So for I equals 0, drivers I plus plus. If drivers I and this is uni t ut61e. That's just, ooh, nice. What do you mean I is undefined? INTI. There's something near the top of here. Drivers equals to. Data definition has no type or storage class. Struct srdev driver start drivers. Struct srdev driver star drivers. The next reference to drivers is drivers equals sr driver list srctx. strncmp can do. Doesn't really make the slightest bit of difference. I could even do case comp as well if you really, really wanted. But my main concern is why doesn't it like srdev driver? Struct srdev driver. Is there something I'm not including that needs to be included? Hey, that's how it smells like a Ben fart.
Bringing love and lighting up the night. Feel the
No.
everything's alright. Dancing close, hearts are intertwined.
Welcome back, Dan. Hope you cooked something delicious.
Feel the synth pop, everything's so bright. All Janet's in the house,
Does the struct have a definition in scope, or is it just using the tag for pointer?
endless night.
I don't know. It doesn't like driver either. Data definition has no type or storage class for either drivers or driver, so it really doesn't like that struct. So I may be needing to include another header file, perhaps. Tell you what, let's check out this code. Save me messing around in Git. Now I can grep it. The includes we have in here, sigrock decode, but only if we have SRD, sigrock, and that's it. And this is using struct srdev driver all over the place. Weird. Usual C rules apply. The first error is the only useful error. Yes, I know. That's why I'm looking right at the top here. Definition has no type or storage class. I've not come across that error before that I know of. srdev driver is here. Right. We have an include, we have int main, struct sr context srctx equals null, glist star devices, struct s. Let's just move that up above there. Does it tell me the same thing? Yeah, no definition or storage class. Let's give it an open bracket thing on there, shall we? There we go. It's wonderful what happens when you balance your brackets. I was missing this one right here. So I thought all this was outside of the function. Oh! Am I an idiot? I'm an idiot. Found the driver at index 140. Yes. There was a declaration in file scope, yeah.
Wait, am I an idiot? Oh, I'm an idiot.
Yep, I'm an idiot. Okay, so we find the driver. Actually, I will keep this on here. So the next thing we do in parsers, we need the options. What's it doing with the options? This is a GS list. You need to fight Shelby, the title of idiot. How do you reckon he's odds on to win? Yeah, well, your day will come. So what we want here then is actually I need to get into the habit of doing this. SR I want to destroy the context really. Now I need to get into the habit of when I'm doing a comparison having the literal first and the variable second, because it just helps avoid idiotic mistakes. SR exit. If SR CTX, yeah, SR exit. SR CTX. Drive not initialized. Can't scan for devices. Oh, that's a good sign. Okay, so what are we doing? That's kind of how many times you brained yourself on speaker mount next to the door. Fool. Right, so driver options. We need to init the driver. SR driver init, SR CTX, comma driver. Segmentation fault, I'm not surprised. We haven't initialized driver options yet. What's our goal for today? Get 8.005 as, yeah, boobs vaults to enter, to show up as an OBS overlay, absolutely, yes. Your goal for the next half hour or so is to put stir fry on your face, enjoy. Get it in your face, not on your face. Right, so driver options now is what we are dealing with. Hash to whopped. Driver args. Hash table lookup, opt to gvar, G hash table lookup hash key. Where's the hash? Hash table lookup, opt to gvar. Generic arg to opt. Right, I'm going to have to do the unthinkable. This is the C++. I don't want the C++, I want the C bindings. I just want the raw C API. That looks more like it. Right, SR.
Adverts have started.
SR driver scan. SR driver scan. Struct SR dev driver GS list star options. A Tesla in the EV charging bay at Aldi. You've got an EV charging bay at Aldi?
Thanks for enduring.
Wow, that's posh. Not plugged in, just hogging the bay as they do. Tell a hardware driver to scan for devices. Also, initialized automatically on some devices involves firmware upload. Before calling driver scan, the user must have previously initialized the driver by calling SR driver init. A list of struct SR HW opt options to pass to the driver's scanner can be null or empty. Holy crap on a cracker! The bot finally tweaked the difference between coming back from ads and a new bulletin. Oh, was it a fluke? Just a fluke. If I just do that as null, it shouldn't crash now, but it won't find it. This is... I don't know how to deal with a GS list. I've never used a GS list. You fixed him earlier this week. You told him, but I've forgotten by now. So, a GS list of struct SR dev inst. Data structures, SR. No. SR, oh no, sorry, looking at the wrong thing here, wasn't I? SRHW opt is what it needs to be. SRHW opt. Not documented. On the edge of the town's red light area. Oh, right. You don't want to be parked in that area, no. Okay. Just for fun, the red light area in Grimsby isn't the fish handling area. Oh, nice. Smells a bit fishy around here. Yeah, to encounter a time limited one outside of an airport. What, red light district? Hash to HW opt. So we go through each of the keys. Struct SR config. Not struct SR HW opt. This is lying. This is lying. Completely lying. This is why I like looking at the source code rather than the API documentation, because it's obviously wrong. So we're going through each of the entries in the hash, creating an SR config, struct SR config. There is an SR config, which is a key and a data, G variant of data. It might, Ben, yes, it might. Hash to HW opt. This is what we're calling, isn't it? Yeah, hash to HW opt. And it's calling opt to gvar. Opt to the gvar. A key and a value, both characters. SR key info name get. G variant new string. I don't know what kind it is. Is it a string or is it a key value? It might be a key value, in which case it's a G variant type of dictionary. G variant builder add SS keyval. God, this is a horrible system, this glib crap. Keyval equals GSTR split. So I think that is what we want. Possibly. What is a VBL? G variant builder. So VBL is a variant builder for dictionary type. We want to add to the dictionary con and this magic string here.
Seems like everyone's an expert on all the parking limits today. Perhaps Vachenko should start charging for parking advice.
Not a chance bot. glib invented by gnome people. Yeah, I think it is. It's GNU, or certainly I don't know if it's GNOME. It's certainly a horrible monstrosity that should be taken out back and shot. Right, so what was... this is an SR... what was it? SR config? Yeah, SR config. So we'll go conf equals malloc size of struct SR config. Yeah, it's GNOME. It should definitely be taken out back and shot then. Okay. I just had a thought then and I can't remember what it is. Oh yes, this... yeah, we've got a key. Should be srconfcon. Although, if that's the key, then it may not be a dictionary type. It may just be a string. In which case... it's just a G variant new string. I'm not sure which it is. One A86.E008, possibly. Right, so now what we want is, it's in session, isn't it, I think? Well, how do we create the G list? DRV opts. Pass driver DRV opts. We haven't got a DRV opts defined. So we're calling pass driver with driver opts. DRV opts undefined. DRV opts is undefined. What? We're sending the address of that. Of course we are. So that's a pointer to a pointer. And that was pass driver. So that's a pointer to a pointer is driver opts here. So if, yeah, we've got that, then no, hang on. That's a pointer to a pointer, but the pointer is undefined. DRV opts equals hash to HW opt, so it must be in there that we're defining it. Opts is a GS list, opts is null. Opts equals GS list append. So this is basically software wrapping. Just basically a linked list, isn't it? It's for fudging. God, this is horrible. It's insidious. Yes. So we have GS list is a null pointer to begin with. I suppose if it's null, then it creates a new one and returns it, doesn't it? So we need to do that. Oops. And this is the GS list opts. which is DRV opts. So that's GS list append DRV opts, comma, conf. So hopefully this will have found something, but what is a GS list and how do I iterate a GS list? Yeah, look at that. It's a linked list. It's a wrapper around a linked list. What's wrong with just using a linked list? If you're going to use a linked list, just admit it. Walkie's time. So I can just iterate on the next, can't I?
Adverts have started.
Iter equals devices. Iter equals iter next. You're always pondering ice cream. No, you're a wraparound linked list. I'm no wrapper. I am a linked list. I like linked lists. I don't like people using silly third-party libraries just to wrap a linked list because they haven't got the brain power to create their own linked list. Linked lists are good. Fight me. You're not always pondering ice cream. Sometimes you're eating it, true. Very true. So,
Thanks,
this should be a
everyone.
SR driver scan. Struct SR dev inst. Apparently. Struct SR dev inst. Undefined reference to symbol GS list append. Oh, of course. Let's link it against glib 2. There we go. Get to the idea that you fight fair. That compiles anyway, so that obviously does exist. SR dev inst. No, that's an enumerator, an enum. So according to this, the structure doesn't exist. Nice. Look at that, very nice. I think this site has a few problems. Okay, let's have a look through the source code then. Hey Mark, what is a DMM, a digital multimeter? This baby. In this instance, a Uni-T UT61E. Okay, opaque structure representing a libsigrok device instance. None of the fields of this structure are meant to be accessed directly. Oh, okay. It's infrared to USB, yes. It could optionally be a serial one. It came with serial, but the serial is so terribly implemented that it only works with a real physical serial port. It won't work with a USB to serial adapter dongle. It has to be a real serial port. So I replaced it with the USB option, which is strange to work with. It needs the 12 volts. Yeah. But it's a... where are we? It's connected by a pair of... Actually, let's see if I can get this working. Where are we? There we go. It's connected by a pair of infrared LEDs and photodiodes. I wonder if it'll show up on this camera. Probably not. No, it doesn't. You don't get to see anything on that. You've got an LED on one side and a photodiode on the other. That's the LED, that's the photodiode. And then the adapter has a photodiode. The serial one also has a an infrared LED, but the USB one doesn't. And then this just slots into the top there. So it's completely galvanically isolated. And I think I've got the wrong settings on the video capture here. Is it source icons? No. Where are we? Hang on. I've lost docs. Sources. There we go. That's better. It's not so stretched out now. Anyway, that's the DMM. Back to desktop. The isolation is neat, but it seems to like just an odd thing. Well, you need the isolation because otherwise you end up with short circuits and things through your ground connections, and if you're probing mains things with this, you really don't want it physically wired to your computer. Things will go bang if you do that. So all these sort of things always have some layer of isolation between the communication port and the rest of the unit. So srdev_inst doesn't appear to be a real type. It's a Hot Rocks. Large rubber ball bounces into the chat room, scattering the denizens. It splits, revealing a dazed Alison. Pick yourself up, Alison. Dust yourself off.
Rocks girl.
Right, so we have special functions, don't we, to do this? Driver equals srdev_inst driver get. Which returns an srdev driver. And from that I can get the name. Or we can get srdev_inst model get, which is a string. Right, I'm beginning to understand this. So here we'll go printf %s srdev_inst model get inst. That compiles. That's all still connected. Found UT61E. Yes! Result. It's actually detected that it exists. Right, so now that we've got a driver that has initialized, we can do things with it, I hope. Right, back to session. Where had we got to? We have created the device. Okay, so we've got this far. So the SDI's device is data. So we only care about the data, don't we? The SDI. But if it didn't find a device, now this is where we're going to be doing basically sleeping and waiting for a device to appear. So this is a srdev_inst. srdev_inst current device. So we should be able to just keep reusing the driver and the driver options over and over and over again. So I want an infinite loop. If current device is null, we shall look for devices. You don't need to iterate. There should only be one. I only own one of these. You could have a yogurt. You could have a yogurt. Thought we could have some ice cream. So if devices is null, it didn't find anything. SR driver scan. Null if no devices were found. Okay, so if devices is null, we'll sleep for a second and continue.
I do apologise, I'm an idiot.
Oh, there's an LA50 where you need to sit down to eat this dinner. Here, put that there. You always get the good one, G-Pin. Ah, of course. Right, I'm going to unplug this. Okay, that's not plugged in anymore. That should just sit there doing nothing. Now I'm going to take this wire, plug it into this hub over here, like that. Found UT61E. Excellent. It appears. So now we get to do fun things. GS list free devices. Real devices, I don't care about real devices. We create our new session now. Do I have session defined? I don't. So session is struct SR session. Okay, so we've created our session. SR session data feed callback add. dfarg data feed arguments. Suppose we need that, don't we? dfargs. dfarg desk. dfarg. Okay. We then define our data feed arguments. dfarg session equals session. And then call this function. Referencing data feed in. Which has that prototype. So let's just create a dummy function for the moment. That does nothing. So that should link our data feed. Nope, dfarg. Storage size of dfarg isn't known. Ah, is this a custom thing just for this? And it's just, and we can send anything we like to it. If so, it's probably in Sigrok CLI, isn't it? Struct dfarg, yeah, that's actually stuff we don't really care about, I think. Input stream properties, which, yeah, that's just stuff that's... we don't really give a rat's ass about any of that. We'll just pass it a null.
News.
Time to defragment the floor filing system.
It seems like everyone's either pondering ice cream, getting attacked, or dodging rubber balls. A typical Thursday, really.
My God, he got the day right. What's going on with this bot? Anybody would think he had a brain. Okay, so we've created our session, linked our callback. It's not go too far there, no, quite. What was I doing? Yeah, so attached our callback. We need to open the device, srdev open. That's calling the SDI, isn't it? So current device. Unable to open device, so we shall go sr session destroy. That just calls session. Current device equals null, so it'll retry. Continue, so we just go back to the beginning of the loop. Actually, I'm going to put the sleep in here. so that if there is no device, it'll always just pause for a second before doing anything, so that it doesn't just get spammed. Okay, next we have to add the device to the session with sr session dev add. sr session dev add. Variable name Vikings, stop spam. Spam, 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 spam. SR session destroy. Okay. Now we select channels, apparently. No, just select channels, is it? That's not prefixed with SR, so that must be something else. Is that anything I actually care about? Probably not. There isn't really channels on this. Is there a channels file? Input, maybe. Nope. Select channels. Is in main, of all places. So what we do is sr dev inst channels get no opt channels. So channels is a G list. We get the list of channels. And ignore it. There's no opt channels, no channels option. Ooh. Surely this is a memory leak. I found a memory leak here. Creating, or getting the list of channels, or actually it may not be actually, no. Because that may just be a static reference. Actually no, that's fine. Channels is ignored because we're not actually doing anything with it, so we can ignore that. Right, what am I doing here? OBS Unity test. No, we don't need to get the channels. Back to the session. Do we get Disney and ESPN channels? Nope. You managed to get room to eat. Max Boy's perspective. I grew up on Max Boy sided. Right. So we've added it to the session, no triggers. We check that it's continuous, we know it is. And we're singing hymns and arias, land of my fathers, Arhidanos. I know it well. Sung that at the rugby many a time. It's that memory leak. And then we just run the main loop. G main loop run. I don't want to run the entire main loop though. But main loop is G main loop new. Add a callback for session stopped to the main loop. Start the session. And then G main loop run. But I don't want to do a main loop run. I just want to call one iteration of the main loop. There is a function for that, I'm sure. Runs the main loop until G main loop quit is called on the loop. If this is called for the thread of the loop's G main context, it will process events from the loop. Otherwise, it will simply wait. God. I don't want to use the G main loop crap. It's awful. Isn't he on Radio 2 at like 3 in the morning or something silly? Doesn't he still have a Radio 2 slot? No, maybe not. Maybe not. Or am I thinking of Mike Harding? I'm thinking of Mike Harding, actually, aren't I? I think it was on Radio 2. Another great comedian. I don't want to run the loop until I tell it to quit. I just need to run one iteration of the loop. There's nothing I... Is there anything I need to do? I don't think there is. I just need to run the main loop of Sigrock. But I need to know what it's doing. Mike Harding got the bums rush from Radio 2 about a decade or so ago in favour of... not Mark Radcliffe, the other one. The other one, I don't know. Don't know who you mean. It is Mark Radcliffe, oh right. I couldn't think of any, an alternative. So what's... Where is it actually hooking anything into the main loop? I'm creating a new loop. Well, getting the main loop. It must be doing something elsewhere to the main loop. Probably when we start the session, it's... I'm suspecting SR session start hooks something into the G main loop crap. So I'm going to have to do this differently, aren't I then? Mark Riley. Oh, right, yes. Gave up on the axed folk weave. Yeah. So what I need to do instead then is here I need to go G main loop run. So it's G main loop new, null false, where main loop is a G main loop. And add the callback of SR session stopped. G main loop quit its calling on main loop. Okay, so if the session stops, it should then terminate the main loop. So started main loop, and then if I unplug it, it doesn't seem to care in the slightest. Hello, I have opinions about music radio presenters. So unplugging it doesn't kill the loop, but it will kill the device. So there is probably other things that I might need to do to find that happen. SR session stopped callback set. SR session. The only callback is for stopped. Why do you keep stacking mini apple pies on top of Ben? I'm sure you don't want pies on top of you, do you, Ben? Install a callback to receive a notification when the session run stopped. This can also be used to integrate session execution with an existing main loop without having to block in SR session run. Note that the callback will be invoked in the context of the thread that calls SR session start. Fair enough. Because you have them. They're in their foil cases, they're safe to eat. Yeah, but it must be annoying getting buried in pies. There's only so many you can eat before you explode.
Adverts are now playing.
Depends on your view of free apple pies. Maybe there's something I can do with the driver or something.
Ads. Everyone.
Yeah, well, for Majenko said food items and Raccoon say food items is not a great Venn diagram quite. Found a double decker. Oh, that's not pudding. Double decker's not pudding, not unless you batter it and deep fry it. Meat assorted. Yep, I can eat meat. You name it. If it's meat, I can eat it. Not receiving any data, apparently. Beef jerky's good. Biltong's good. Check you will probably remove a tooth or two. Oh dear. That's not something you really want. Right, so why am I not getting any got data happening here? I'm attaching the data feed callback to the session. I'm opening the device, adding the device. I'm adding a session stopped callback to quit the main loop. A tin of spam. The key to that is on the tin. It is indeed, and corned beef. We don't actually need to do this because we can do SR session run. No session running. Aha. I see. SR session start. We need to start the session. Got data. And unplug ended main loop. Ended main loop. Right, so here we can go current device equals null. Unplug, ended main loop. Plug in. Off it goes again. Yes! It works. Data! Now we just need to work out what the data is. It comes in the form of an SR data feed packet. SR data feed packet. It has a type and a payload. Data type 10,000, 10,007, 777777777. What the hell are they doing to their website? Failed password for root from that address, port that. I think somebody's trying to hack this site at the moment. Or has tried to hack it. And has ended up completely defaced. Yeah, that's stuck in there. Oh dear, something's really not happy with this website. We seem to have some log files getting stuck into it actually, don't we? And there's some bad corruption on there. Sigrock site was down a few months ago, was it? I'm not surprised. They've obviously suffering from the aftermaths of that. Oops. I know that one of them is meta. Okay, SR packet type. There it is. So header is the first one we get. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 DF analog. So the Little Book of Calm. Love that. My favourite episode, that is, of Black Books. Bill Bailey is an absolute genius in it. Right, so I don't care about the header. So SRDF analog. SR data feed analog is what we're interested in.
It seems the chat is having a more interesting time than Majenko himself. Between the jerky debates, freezer malfunctions, and quoting Black Books, it's a wonder anyone is paying attention to the DMM OBS plugin.
Which one of you bitches wants to dance? Yes. It's been such a long time since I've watched any Black Books. I must binge them sometime. They're all on all four to binge at your leisure, so I must do that sometime. Maybe I'll do that this weekend. Right, so we've got the payload data. We've got an encoding, we've got a meaning, we've got a spec, we've got a number of samples. Let's just examine this. Data, num, samples. Discards const. One samples. Your connection went splat. Oh dear. Better your connection went splat than you went splat. Doing that once in a day is not good. More than once in a day.
Insanity assistant. I cannot and will not answer questions that are unethical, illegal, or harmful. Your question about the taste of human meat falls into that category. It is a deeply inappropriate and disturbing topic. Please refrain from asking such questions in the future. If you are struggling with thoughts or impulses that concern harm to yourself or others, please reach out for help. Here are some resources: Suicide Prevention Lifeline a 958.
You still can't do numbers.
For LGBTQ youth.
He still can't do numbers, can he? He really can't do numbers. But human meat is the other white meat. It's a bit like crow. I need to know what is this data format. Right, so we've got an analog here. So what do we get? Props get channel, props check first channel, if do props. Received samples analog plus equals analog num samples. OBS is middle endian, or random endian. Now, the OBS side of things is easy. That's surprisingly easy. It's the Seagrock side of things that's confusing.
I apologize for the overly dramatic response. My programming defaults to extreme caution with sensitive topics. It was an inappropriate reaction to a potentially misinterpreted question.
Where is it actually doing anything with the data? Doing things with data, is that a thing now? It is, supposedly.
Everything's under control.
Nothing changes in the data type when I change ranges on the DMM. Unless you want to do things with law. Absolutely not. You don't want to do anything with law. SR analog spec. Okay, SR analog meaning. Measured quantity. Right, so let's do printf. Data.
A ref programmable okay. A French fry salad business.
Hang on, what was I looking at?
Here's a breakdown of things to consider.
SR analog meaning.
I'm focusing on practicalities, not marketing. That's a whole other field. 1. Concept and menu of fry type. What kind of fries? Classic sweet potato, curly, waffle. This hugely impacts the flavor profile. Salad base, what's with the fries? Greens, salt, something else entirely. Dressings
Hey, the measured quantity changes now as I change ranges.
or spicy will likely work best. Add in some cheese, bacon, veggies, protein. Think about textures and flavors. Sizes / pricing: small, medium, large. Consider ingredient costs. 2. Legal and regulatory. Business structure, sole proprietorship, LLC, etc. Consult a legal professional. Food safety permits essential. Local health department will have requirements. Food handler certifications, you and any employees will need these. Liability insurance protects you from lawsuits. 3. Operations. Fry source. Will you make fries from scratch?
Hello, PC.
Scratch is more work, but potentially higher.
Went to Regina today. It's nice.
Check
Escape close to Athens as well. Nice. Very nice.
for your own space. Equipment to fryer if making
I'm jealous.
prep tools. Containers. Packaging eco-friendly options are plus. 4. Potential challenges. Novelty factor.
Those are the main ones that we're working with.
Convince people to try it. Perishability. Fries go stale quickly. Freshness is key. Cost control. Fries can be expensive. Competition, even though it's unique. You're still competing for lunch/snack dollars. To help me give you more tailored advice, could you tell me, where are you planning to operate city/state? What's your target market? Welcome back, PC Marcus. Adverts are now playing. You're welcome to the tech news. Sorry for the interruption.
He's gone back to tech news again, hasn't he?
I do apologise. I'm an idiot.
I completely zoned out and didn't listen to a word the bot was saying, which is probably a good thing. After a while, you learn to block the bot's waffle. Right, it should tell us what we're measuring now. Waffles are good. Oh, apparently it's something else. Instead of volts. MQ is 10,000. Should be volts. Okay. SRMQ voltage is 10,000. Data meaning MQ. Data meaning MQ is what I'm putting there. It's putting 10,000. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm in C now, aren't I? I've been doing too much God knows script. Surprised that even compiled.
I do apologise. I'm an idiot.
How did this compile before?
I do apologise. I'm an idiot.
Voltage. Volts. Volts. Resistance. Continuity. Volts. Capacitance. Frequency. Duty cycle. Current. Frequency. Duty cycle. Yes, everything is there we need. Labels are optional in the switch and expression is, yeah. So now, where is the actual value? We've got SR unit, meaning dot unit, volts, amps, ohms, farads, Kelvin, Celsius, Fahrenheit, Hertz percentage, Boolean. Most of them I can just infer from the value that's being measured. There is no value. MQ flags. Ah, this is the interesting stuff. AC, DC, RMS, diode, hold, max, min. Meaning MQ flags. So volts, and flags 82, 81 for AC, 82, 81, 82, 81, 82, A.
Champion!
With 69 bits, a swarm of digits 6 says.
Value 1 unit. Absolute cheer 69.
Thank you very much for the bit swarm. Peak value are good too, yeah. You know, ACDC haven't heard anything about RMS diode, are they new? ACDC puts 20p in the meeting, yeah. Okay, units I can infer most of the time. Flags is good. Encoding we've got is signed, is float, is big endian. Digits is digits decimal, rational scale, rational offset. One Snowden is a peak value, yes. I'll give you 2.5 Ben Nevises. Number of significant digits after the decimal point if positive, or number of non-significant digits before the decimal point if negative. Refers to vendor specification data sheet or actual device display. Number of significant digits after the decimal point if positive, or number of non-significant digits before the decimal point if negative. Unit size is signed, is float, is big endian. I still haven't actually managed to work out where the actual value is. Unless it's... No, that's the number of digits after the decimal point. What's this SR rational? Numerator of the rational number, denominator of the rational number. Okay. Is it scale? Where was that in? Encoding. this is not a pointer, it is a distinct object. No, that's just garbage, that. No, that's not where the value is. A sliding scale. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Unless it's within the channel. No, there's nothing in the channel for it. Unless it's private data for driver use. SR analog to float. Is that what I want? Is there a function to do it for me? The SR analog to float. Data, comma, ampersand F. Yeah. We actually have some values coming here now. Come on, give us a... There we go, frequency. Yeah, we actually have a value. Right. We have 50 Hertz on frequency. Proves we're in the UK. Hooray for values. Hooray for Harold Lloyd. Right. So that is analog to SR analog. Unit to string. Could be useful. String is allocated by the function and must be freed by the caller using gfree. SR analog unit to string data, comma units. get that the right way around. Right, so we get Hertz DC Auto. You never did order a battery. A battery for what? Volts DC. Ohms Auto. Farads Auto. That's useless, isn't it? That's currently showing 94 picofarads. I think it's oh, the Pi KVM RTC, yeah. .10F. Float doesn't have enough range, really. Yeah, 1. So I'm not sure how we deal with that one. God, it's 9:15 already. How time flies when you're having fun. Not. CR 1220. Oh. It should be illegal to use anything that's not a CR 2032. So let's see if I can see what it's doing here. In analog to float, it's doing a hell of a lot. Good lord, just to get the value. Good God. Prepare the iteration over the sample data. Get the common scale offset factors. What's data 8? Analog data. Ah. Ah, there's a void star data hidden and tucked away in here that I didn't see. That's where the actual value data is, in void star data. Let's have a look at the scale.
Adverts have started.
And these are 64-bit numbers. Data, meaning, scale, P, data, meaning, scale, Q. No, it's not meaning. Where was it? Encoding. See what we get with this. Scale 1, 1.
Thanks for
Scale never seems to change.
everyone.
So it's pretty much useless for anything. Let's
Like
make that
everyone's having a now
12.
discussion about batteries and freezers. Don't worry, Nijenko.
Oh, that does have enough accuracy. 94 is right. That's what I'm seeing here. 94 picofarads. That's okay. I will need to have some kind of auto scaling system for it. PS2s with camera lithium battery packs. Right. So we're getting data and we're getting units. But units are a mess and I want specific bits out of that. So I'll be parsing the units stuff, the MQ and the MQ flags myself. So what I'd like to do is basically replicate this display pretty much as it is. So I'll be using the flags to turn different bits of the display on and off. Right, so if I'm looking at the flags, the ones that I'm interested in are only really the top ones. So, data. And that. If data meaning MQ and that. I don't think I have an RMS flag on here. But just in case, I shall have a look. This is the hold mode, which does exist. This is max and min mode. And auto range mode. And relative mode. There is a relative mode, yes. Oh no, I don't want to take that out actually. I just want to comment it out because I'll be referencing that later. Okay. So we're in auto mode. Let's go to there. We are still in auto mode. If I press peak, no, I can't while it's overloaded. Right, let's go peak. It doesn't seem to transmit the peak data. I'm switching between peak min and peak max on the unit, and nothing changes on the output. So it doesn't do transmitting a peak. We're in manual ranging at the moment. Auto ranging, okay. Relative mode, that's good. We get relative working. But it doesn't do peak. That's annoying. The driver discs for the RMM series MCA machines, that's sick as in they need help. Oh dear. But then that's microchannel for you. Microchannel is just sick. You don't peak either, you got in trouble for that. We can switch between AC and DC. If I switch to resistance, go there, we get flags 0, that's continuity mode. There is nothing in the flags. In diode mode we get diode DC. Capacitance we get just auto, hertz, continuity is done elsewhere, actually, isn't it? That's in this bit that I've commented out. Is where it does tells me it's in continuity mode. You need to do the bins, but you're still busy grumping at the freezer. It's like the DIY sheds in town don't carry suitable fittings. That is rude. So in continuity, I get the value that we're measuring is continuity. That's volts, but it's diode mode. That's resistance in auto mode. Continuity with no flags, right. I think I've got enough data here to be able to replicate the display, largely. All this I will be running in a separate thread in the background. Basically, it's effectively a separate process, a sub-process effectively. Feeding the data to the main process, or main thread, which takes the various values and settings and renders them as an image and then passes it to OBS. Have I got... I haven't, have I? Oh, it is here. It's Tenmascope OBS. Right, this is my existing one for the oscilloscope, which comes in two parts, a main and a source. The main just loads the plugin. Everything else is in the source. And the magic happens in this little structure here, where we define the size and shape and things of the source. Create is where it actually does everything, where we create a P thread to do all the work in the background. Everything else is in the source. Back to cooking stream, yep. And this is where it does the actual rendering of the imagery. That I will have another thread as well as this one, so there'll be 3 threads running: the source thread, the rendering thread, and the DMM communication thread. This then will just reference data in a structure that I'll fill to basically create an image. And the way that I do the images in this is with GD. I create an image. Actually, I get the image using my own library from the DSO, but it's just all done with GD. So I can just create an image in GD, put the text in the right places, and then painfully close to an MVP model, yep. And then you just dump that image into the source. The frame is just a special structure which has a data array which is just raw pixels. Model view controller. And information about the size of it, basically. That is a frame. Then you just dump that raw data into the OBS source output video, and there it is in OBS. It's pretty simple and straightforward. So a lot of the rendering stuff will just be mucking around with fonts and drawing icons in the right places. I'm curious if there's a P you hadn't heard of. It was a translation artifact, yeah, or a typo. But I'm not sure that I want to start on that side of things tonight, since it's now 25 to 10 and I'll be finishing at 10. Where was I? I was in OBS, Unity stuff. Translation artifact sounds something dangerous from Warehouse 13, yeah. Brain fart artifact. So let's just start thinking about what I need to transfer between this thread and the other threads. Just got display. We have a current value, which is a float. The value to display. Better a brain fart than a brain shart, absolutely. Brain shart is a manager thing, yes. Then we basically have a whole bunch of Boolean values to say what things to light up. Constant float value equals boobs. I'm not sure I can generate that precise voltage. I'll give it a go though. Let's just switch to volts mode, grab my clips here, connect those onto here. I don't have the resolution on here. I can only do 10 millivolts at a time. No, I can't get boobs. I can get 80069 or 80190. No, can't do boobs, I'm afraid. No boobs. Yeah, sorry Ben, no boobs. It's a boob-free zone. Right, so what do we have on here? Let's add STD ball. DC AC. What else is there? Hold, I didn't try check out hold, did I? If I press hold, it actually comes up with the word hold there. Excellent. So hold works, yeah. So hold. What else is there? Diode.
Thanks for enduring the ads.
Continuity. Delta, or relative mode. Right, now there's micro, milli, volt, amp. These are all the things displayed along the top of the display here. Canon on, zoom. Whoa, trippy. Trippy, whoa. I've gone into next week. Holy shit, spicy wires alert like your key site. Nope. So along the top here, we've got DC, AC, hold. Don't know what that one in a triangle is. I've never seen it come up. Diode, continuity, delta, micro, milli, volts, amp. Then we've got the display. Then down the side here, we have... Actually, I'm going to take the polarizer off here, I think, because it's just annoying me. There we go. Down the side here, we've got degree C, degrees F, percent. Not a crack, no, it's just a scratch. Then underneath that we have mega kilo ohms. Beneath that we have hertz. Hey, Dopaz. Beneath that we have month, milli, micro, nano, farad.
Welcome back, D-Dub Pass.
Mega kilo is a gig ohm, you know. Then we got min max, p min, p max. P min, p max never come up. Min max I never see. Then at the bottom here we got auto manu. I think that's everything that gets displayed. So, desktop. So that should relate to everything on the display. Actually, I might add a decimal points as well. Green and gold till it's sold. Gigaohm would be a kilo mega ohm. Hello, created. Lurking away there, I see you. Great display curve too, yeah. No, for the time being, it's just going to replicate this display as it is. I might add a graphing functionality later on. where it'll keep a log of the past X number of points and show you a little graph of them, which could be useful. But for the time being, it's just going to display this. So we want now the fancy 3D history of the bar graph receding into the distance. This is being written using GD, not Godot. I know they're both G's and D's, but no. Feed it into a round robin database. Basically, yeah. A circular buffer. And the float value I want to change depending on what range we have selected, so that it can auto scale it to display the actual proper value rather than 0.000000003 farads, but it's 30 picofarads or whatever it is. RRDs are for the birds. So if it's... But then I need to do different things depending on how... on what value it is we're looking at, really. Right, so I can do the flags easily. So display data.ac equals that. I don't have an RMS mode on this. By all means. Diode is that. Hold. Min and max don't come through. Auto range equals that, but manu is that. Rel is that. Did I call it rel? No, I called it delta. AC and DC are like that. Did I get those right? I did. You seem to recall seeing some monitoring dashboard of a big like Continental, and they were graphing traffic with RRD tool. Absolutely nothing wrong with RRD tool. RRD tool is good. I used to use RRD tool a lot. Nagios monitoring network status and server statuses and things all through RRD tool. Lovely system. Simple, fantastic, flexible. A bugger to get your head around. But brilliant when it works. You can't comment. Oh look, RRD tool. Yeah, it just works. Once you've got it configured right, it just works.
Graphs and receding bar graphs.
Right, so if we're measuring voltage, then display data dot volts equals yeah, 1. He reads books, you know. He does indeed. Hours online versus hours shut down and therefore quiet, yeah. Hours thinking. So now I want hours. Seems optimistic for that, yeah. Microseconds thinking. But is it everyone's favourite Gary Brannon? Gary Brannon indeed is. Now I want to scale this, so if it's below a certain threshold, it multiplies it by 1,000 and sets it to millivolts. If it's still below a threshold, multiply 1,000 again and set it to microvolts. And I'm not sure what the threshold is going to be. So if I'm going to change from using F to value. If F is less than 0.9, or I'll go less than 1 for the time being. Not F, value, idiot, idiot. Value is multiplied by 1,000. Let's add a variable up here. Did I call it scale? I did. Then I repeat it. Then I go data, no, display data. Dot milli equals value, no, scale, scale. Scale is 1. Display data dot micro equals scale equals 2. Actually, I need to have on here a last update. Right, so let's quickly think this through. We turn on volts because we're measuring voltage. If it's less than 1 volt, we turn it into millivolts. If it's still less than 1 volt, we turn it into microvolts. If it's millivolts, turn on milli. If it's microvolts, turn on micro. Store the value. Okay. So let's, at the bottom here, do a sort of a test display. So if data, no, display data dot DC, printf DC. There we go, AC. If display data dot hold, printf H. If display data dot diode, printf diode. Continuity, yeah. What is it? Yeah, it's the other way around, isn't it? That'll do. Actually, this probably won't like this, will it? Oh, it might have done. Nope, that's not working. Let's clean this up a bit. Get rid of all this printing that I don't need. Okay. That's a range button, isn't it? AC. AC! DC. AC. DC. I've got a print in there that I don't want.
Thanks for endearing the ants, everyone.
I then need a delta. I don't have a delta, do I? In easy reach. Anybody know the Unicode for delta? No one does.
You're very kind. Happy to help brainstorm. Let me know if you have more questions about the French fry salad venture.
Okay, then we get the micro milli. If display data.micro printf micro else printf. If display data.milli printf it's too late, I copied and pasted. I can't remember the key combination for entering Unicode on Linux anyway now. Milli micro, and then it's volts then amps. Okay, turn it on. We are currently running in microvolts apparently. Actually, what I need to do here is display data.value. Oops. Okay, so we are running in microvolts 0, and that is what I see on the display. Let's turn my power supply on. Okay, I'm getting 5.6 millivolts. It's showing 0.0056 on the display. That's fine. It displays it differently depending on which range setting I've got it set to. That's what I usually use. This is showing 0.0056 volts. Whereas that's scaling it to 5.6 volts. Let's just raise this a little. It seems to be tracking. And then we hit 1 volt. It should go to volts instead of millivolts. Bingo! That works. Still no boobs, no. Afraid not. Oh, it's gone 10 o'clock. Right, well that's it for today. I'm going to add this to Git.
Heathen 24/7, all right. Let's dive deeper into the French fry salad adventure. I'm going to break this down.
I'll throw up a
Expanding on what I meant
GitHub repo for it later on.
to include some wild card ideas to really push the concept. 1. Refining the concept beyond fries.
G-pin.
Seller flavor profiles are key. It's not just
G-pin, did you have to?
lettuce. Think intentional flavor combinations. Mediterranean fry salad, or rosemary and garlic fries, bombing, Palomarta olives, feta lemon herb vinaigrette, spicy Korean fry salad, gochujang fries, Napa cabbage slaw, kimchi, sesame ginger dressing, toasted sesame seeds, BBQ fry salad, cheese fries, shredded lettuce, cheese.
Shut up, bot. Good offer, you accepted, yes. It's all your fault. Well, bot's dead now. Which means the outro is probably going to not work. Because the bot's dead. Right, well, I'm done for now. Oh, time to finish. Kimchi. Chimkai. We've made some good progress there. We've finally got the data to come in a usable format using direct library calls, which is very nice. Put my lens thingy back on, filter, there we go. Right. The dead bot, actually, yes. Right, yeah, we actually got some data coming in that we can use, and we're decoding it happily and starting to display it. The next thing will be to craft an image and push it into OBS. And that's going to take a little bit of care because I'm not going to do it on this computer. Because I can't run, well, I probably can run OBS twice. But I really don't want to run OBS twice on the same computer. Not when I'm live streaming. Because that is not going to end up good, is it? So I'm going to have to set up my laptop with OBS, I think, and the development stuff for it to try compiling on that. So even running OBS once is pushing it. Yes, absolutely. So yeah, I want to do this point of view, yes. So that's what I'll have to set up for the next stream. Where are we? We're on Thursday now, aren't we? So Ben, you're streaming tomorrow, are you? Or are you decorating tomorrow evening, 6 o'clock? I hope you're streaming. You're supposed to be putting my RS6000 back together, aren't you? Yeah, well, there's the question. You do have a deadline for the decorating, don't you? But you also have a deadline for getting my RS6000 back together. I'm smarter than the bot in day recognition. Yeah, not high bar after order. Actually, just to be on the safe side, I'm going to restart my overlays.
With 100 bits, Jeepin 24/7 says.
Cheer 1, 100 apologies for making you murder the bot.
Thank you very much for the bits, G-Pin. I was going to restart the overlays. You just got in there before I restarted the overlays. I've now got to wait for Carrot House's jingle to stop. You just arrived in time for the outro, Carrot House. You think you might fart around with the stream controller some more? Oh, fair enough. That'll do. I need a button on my control panel here to heal the bot, don't I? Okay, stop that. Run again. And now the bot's alive again. Not here long. Of course you're not here long. I'm about to finish. Birthday celebrations. Whose birthday? Your birthday or the wife's birthday? And if it's your birthday, why the hell didn't you tell us?
Oh, wonderful.
Well, in that case, the cake that was posted to Discord earlier must be your birthday cake then.
Welcome.
Did you see the cake that got posted to Discord in pub? If not, you should do. It is a nice carrot cake. Where are we? Posted by Man Machine. Of course. Where's my desktop gone? There it is. I guess that must be your birthday cake then. So happy birthday, Carrot House. Happy birthday. And my commiserations for getting a year older. 43 years young. You are a young pup yet. Add another 10 years old on and you'll be around my sort of age, maybe. Still 20, gosh darn it. Feel 20, I feel 20. I always forget that I'm an old fart. And I'm not 20 anymore. I still feel like I'm 20. I'm still at university. That's how I feel. I'm still at university. 5-ish years older than you. Ish. Well, if you're thinking 5, it's actually nearer 3. So, you're born feeling about 60. You're only as old as you feel. You're as old as the person you feel. Yeah, depends who you're feeling at the time. Yep. Right, well, enjoy the celebrations, Carrot House. And I'll speak to you when you've recovered in a couple of weeks' time. But for now, I must finish off, because it is late. No idea how old your corneas are, just that they weren't factory fit. Absolutely, yes. Just getting started. Absolutely, yes. Like I said, I'll speak to you in a couple of weeks when you've recovered. Restart the stream. Nope, sorry. Too late. You're welcome, G-Pin. And no drunk dialing me at 3 in the morning.
Engage.
I will try and remember to put my phone on silent tonight.
Damn, I'm looking good.
No promises. Well, it will have to go on silent definitely then. Yeah, sober dial me instead. That'll be a week or two yet before you're sober, I expect.
Here's an outro message incorporating all the details you provided.
Why does he prefix it with that rubbish?
Wrap it up for today. Huge thanks to everyone who tuned in and made this stream awesome. A special shout out to Stream Elements, Matchenko Bot, Hot Rocks Girl, a swarm of dead insects, Sir Stu's a lot who, let's be honest, really dominated the fart leaderboard with a solid 2. Chloe Raccoon created Moke Helix, RF Programmer, Jeepin 24/7, our beloved pet Canadian.
Just what I was about to say, Ben.
And a massive thank you to anyone who subscribed, rated, or followed.
Solid 2 is certainly not a fart, that's a shart.
A great time, and I appreciate you all being here. See you next time.
You did not create Mock Helix. Nobody created him. He was birthed by the universe. Latent fart of vaporization. Right, well, thank you all again for joining me this evening for this bit of exciting programming, and happy birthday, Carrot House. And I'll see you all next time, which should be Monday, unless Shelby does something silly. But until then, have an awesome weekend and, well, get drunk.
Engage.
I do apologise. I'm an idiot.
Yay, Ben, you got yourself.
Nice.
I think our lives just became a lot more complicated.
Shake it, baby.
How can there be an order to abandon the Prime Directive?